And hello, visuals. Welcome back to the Visual Guys Entertainment News with Dan and Chris. We're going to ramble all kinds of nerdy, weird, wonderful, beautiful shit. Before we get started, though, Chris, we need to embark on a spoiler-heavy review of what we witnessed on the weekend. If you remember.
Yes.
What did we watch?
Quiet Place.
Hey, we're going to talk quickly Quiet Place, and we'll get down to all the usual nitty-gritty stuff. Me and Chris and our lubricated nipples and areolas. What a weird word to give the bit around your nipple, an areola. I don't like that at all. We'll speak about areolas and shit later on in the show, but we'll get to that later. But Chris, The Quiet Place, day one.
Place.
Give us your do's and don'ts and thoughts and whatnots.
Dog's looking at me.
I
enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Good film. You can't go wrong with these films.
Oh,
I fucking love them.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
It's
good storyline.
What's his real name? Not Eddie Munson. Obviously, that's the name of Stranger Things. Can't remember his real name. The combination of her and him and the little cat, just fucking phenomenal.
It was.
Absolutely outstanding. Kit Harington's Jon Snow. What the fuck's his real name?
I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna fucking plague me now. Sorry, carry on with your thoughts.
But storyline was brilliant. It was emotional. It was funny. It was really good.
Yeah, it was absolutely fucking. We'll get to my do's and don'ts in a sec. I need to quickly clear something up. I made a miscalculation when I said about the aliens getting off the island, because obviously the whole film's about they're in are they in Brooklyn?
Something like that.
Yeah, and they can't get off the certain part because there's water around it and whatnot. And we see it's day one, and it looked as if all the aliens. They're called Death Angels, something like that. That's the name of them. And they land in New York City. And I thought, it's day one. And we get that little fact about New York City is constantly at 90 decibels or some shit. It's basically like a scream constantly.
Aye.
And I thought, they've all been attracted there. But we did see the invasion day one in the second film, didn't we?
Yes.
So, and that wasn't in New York City, was it?
No.
So, because obviously I was like, well, if they're on the boat and they're all there, how do the aliens eventually spread out across the world? So there was ones that have been spread out everywhere else, but they must have a certain limit to their hearing then, because the ones who were on the boat weren't attracting any ones that were elsewhere.
No, they weren't.
You know, which is, I was a bit like, because when I spoke to you about it on the way home, I was chilling on the night thinking, hang on a sec, no, we saw John Krasinski at the baseball game, and we saw them coming down there. So how did they not hear them ones? Unless they were too busy with other, I don't know. But it sort of like, I was like, oh fuck, well, how did they hear that then? Because the people on the boat think they're safe at that point, don't they?
Yeah.
But really, they could be attacked. I know they're still on water, so if something did come, they'd be fine. But
so as to get to land,
yeah, because obviously we do see what's his name, the main fella who's got the family and he's in the theatre and whatnot. We see him in the second film. He eventually dies on the island, doesn't he? With Cillian Murphy and stuff there. But no, this particular one was absolute. I didn't realise this to Chris because I was in fucking floods of tears at the end of this. It crippled me. I didn't realise we were going to have such an emotional roller coaster. Because when we watch these, they are like John Krasinski sacrificing himself for his kids and whatnot. Yeah, it's sad and emotional. But this one probably broke me out with this girl who's terminally ill with cancer, who's just right, I'm not really that bothered about it. I just want to get to, I want a slice of pizza and I want to go to reminisce about where my dad played piano and shit. And the story that he helps her get this final end conclusion, even like the little show they have where he's doing a magic show or whatever it was, and he's doing stuff with the cards in the pub. I was in floods of tears. Every time the cat went anywhere, I thought, please don't you fucking die, please don't you fucking die. Because every time they showed him walking off, I thought, he's going to die, he's going to fucking die. No, he didn't. Even though the cat was amazing, he was still a little shit getting himself into situations where we're like, please don't. Like the bits on the pillar where we see in like the construction site and we see him at the top and we see the big fucker. Just please stop it. These two find the connection. Like when she says to him about who he's from, where he's like, "Oh, I've just come from law school. I'm from Kent," and he kind of just, "Can I just follow you?" And then he's in the rain, just following and just looking back. And then as far as him, like, "Oh, these two are adorable." She was quite angry at everything and a bit
she
like,
was. Yeah.
Thinking obviously you can get why she's pissed off. She's been given this horrible disease and shit. But when she finally see her at the end, when she eventually chooses to kill herself, it's like she's got control of her life back. Like she could determine what's going to happen. She played the music and she decided to play it out loud, and we see a death angel fall behind, and we know what's going to happen next. But I was completely just next to the girl next to us. I'm assuming she was an Eddie Munson fan because every time he was on screen doing shit, she was and gasping. I was like, I like this kind of film goer. She's invested. But like the bit where he's running on the pier to get to the boat, and you think, oh, run, and he eventually gets there, but the cover of them claw at him. and you're like, oh my god, he's made it. There was a few heart-pounding moments, especially when they're all walking in the street, and we knew straight away. Shit, wheelchairs making a noise.
The last thing you'd want to do is be part of a crowd.
100%. And again, it wasn't anyone being an idiot. It was just natural, normal noises, like we saw a wheelchair wheel crunch and all this kind of shit. But in terms of an emotional roller coaster, it smashed me. In terms of heart pounding, oh my god, please stay safe, hide away, just hold your breath or just stay safe or whatever. It had me loads of tension and edge of the seat moments and stuff. I wouldn't say it's the best installment. I still think number one, just because I fucking love like the bathtub scene.
Yeah.
I love John Krasinski sacrifice himself, but it's not far behind. Out for me personally, now it would go 1, 3, 2 in order of my favourites.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that we learn a little bit more each time, because we know now, because we see in that construction site they're eating this weird food, but there are bodies around, like in that weird pool. So I don't know if they need, because they don't eat people, but they might need the organic matter to grow their sustenance, because they get like that candy floss looking shit. So I don't know what, because it looks as if they just kill for the sake of being killed. I think somebody, there is a video out there somewhere about the backstory or the back lore of their planet, and apparently that they either killed themselves off or they fucked something up on their planet. That's why they're fleeing, and they just sort of happen to land on Earth, and they hate noise, and they're just like, shut the noise up. And then they're not doing it out of like, I'm killing you to be a cunt. It's just they can't stand the noise.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what the crack is. Because we're learning little bits each time with these. Because obviously we know that they're vulnerable to that certain frequency kills them and stuff. About the mouth in the middle and everything opening up and shit. The swimming scene was fucking horrible. There's one sleeping and they go through the water and the pipes and you're like, oh my god, and it starts charging. You're thinking, fuck, I'm getting poor cats in the bag, and then you're thinking, oh my god, I hope that cat's still breathing. I had so much fucking fun and emotional trauma with this.
It was such a good film. And that cat never meowed once.
It didn't, did it? You said that we got at the cinema and I was like, I think you might be right actually. I don't think I heard it meow at all. The only time I heard it make a noise was it had a bell at one point, didn't it? And then when it went to the door, like the opera house thing, and it rustled then, and that's when because it was minging when her friend, the care guy, got killed off, and they're at the bin, the generator goes off, and he's sitting there in the alley, and he's like, and they hear one coming, and just, you're like, fuck, I quite liked him as well. He was quite a nice guy. But outstanding all round. I had so much fun. I've had a few people saying that it's dead neck. Not a lot, just a couple of people saying it was dead boring. That if it didn't do it for you, it didn't do it for you. But I don't know how I could leave that film thinking that I was bored there. I was so on the edge of my seat.
Oh yeah, it was such a good film. I wasn't bored at all with it. I really liked it.
And the two mains and the cat, I was completely invested. We find out she's going to die, but I was unaware. I wasn't, because obviously if he's with what's his face on the boat, and you think he's made it to the island in the second film, I wonder where Eddie Munson goes then, because I'm assuming he's not dead still. Fuck knows, he might appear later. I have no idea.
With the cat, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and fuck knows what happens to him. I don't know if Chris can correct us maybe in the future when news comes out, if there's news to bring him back for a third installment. The fourth installment, but the third film, if you know what I mean. So yeah, no idea, but it gets a 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking adored it so much.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me as well. Really liked it,
and I'm loving this. It's definitely my favourite alien-y kind of films out of recent years by far.
Yeah, we haven't had decent Alien for a while, but obviously we've still got Alien to come.
Romulus.
Yes.
Yeah, which looks very horror-like and whatnot.
It does indeed.
And John Krasinski didn't direct this one, but he did produce, so he still has a heavy involvement with it.
Aye.
So which is good. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10 for me.
Beautiful, Chris. Right, let's round up and see what we did. Are we up to date with the TV shows this week?
Yes.
Right, okay, so go on then. You hit us with which one you want to hit us first. So we're speaking...
do House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Wasn't a bad episode. Didn't mind it. Yeah.
We saw eye patch penis.
We did indeed.
Every time I see Dick and Game of Thrones related shit, the South Park tiny wiener, little wiener comes in my head.
But obviously we had what do we call him? Matthew.
Matt Smith.
Yeah. Join fucking who was it? Who did you join again?
He went to Harrenhal.
Yes.
Yeah, Harrenhal. Fuck me, Chris. This is Laura embedding her shit in me because she watched a trailer. She went, "It looks like he's going to Harrenhal." And I'm like, "You fucking nerd!" Realizing I do the same shit on my shit. Yeah, he went. That was that. I will say, visually, I'm actually getting goosebumps thinking about. I love the way he ended up there with his dragon. It's rainy. The way that it lands and it comes in, and you're like, what's going on? The tension when he's going through the abandoned, well, it's not abandoned, but rundown castle
church,
and shit. And you're like, oh my god, I just love the way that they filmed the dragon coming in and doing its landing and all that kind of shit, which is kind of annoying because I won't spoil it for you. I still know how that fucking dragon dies and everything, and I'm like, fuck off. But I absolutely adored it as well. We saw more tensions heightening. I liked where we saw Rhaenyra and Ginger Lady meeting up at the church. And she's
Alice.
Like, is that her name, Alice? And she's saying, I didn't send for so-and-so to kill your grandson or whatever the fuck he was to her. And you think, sort of thinking, oh my god, get out. Done safely. We see the night guy who's now had a haircut. They did this last season. People would just turn up with new haircuts. Remember Matt Smith had like long hair and at one point they just cut it all off and then he just grew it back out again. The king, or the not the king, but the main night guy leading an army, well, a small gathering, getting chased down by a dragon. Again, I know how he's going to meet his demise, which is quite funny, but again, you'll get to it. But yeah, there was a lot of tension, these sort of high tense moments, like that dragon sequence where she's chasing him down, that they're in the trees, and what you think, you're going to get to the tree line, she's going to burn you down, what's going to happen? That shot of seeing Matt Smith land, absolutely, I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's getting better now. I'm liking it. Getting to the war. We need the war to come now.
Well, like I said, as long as it pleases the likes of you and Laura and that, even though she keeps kicking off because I keep calling her Laura, her name's Lil, but to the general people, she's Laura. So she's going to smash my head in for this. But I know she's enjoying it. I think she's now be up to date. Like, she's read the book, but she's rereading it just as she was doing it.
No.
But after this episode, when I next see her, we'll have a nice little, this bit, because I do like learning about the lore and the story and what behind it and shit. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed
it. Should we do some Zoom Star Wars?
Yeah.
Go on then, sir. Here's with your acolyte.
I was bored.
I was quite bored.
I was bored.
I was very bored. There was one instance where I wasn't, but carry on.
Yeah, I was bored. Just, it didn't have anything. It was just.
It really didn't.
No, just a lot of talking and just fucking her reminiscing about past life, and then he was, and then she was going to kill him at one point, and then she was like, no.
Yeah, she wants to be like, I saw you in your swimming bath, and now I'm a little bit turned on. I'm thinking,
like,
how can you fall in love with him so quickly? What the fuck's going on? I don't know now if they're going to do some sort of weird switcheroonie where she now becomes... Correct me, is it actual twins or is it the same actress?
I think it's the same actress.
Oh, right, so it's the same girlie playing...
But even though they didn't look identical when they were younger.
Oh, no, did fuck. They were some of the worst child actors I've ever seen. Did a better job than me, but I'm not a fucking actor. But yeah, I agree with you, Chris. It was there. The only thing that saved it for me, I am still loving Master Soul and his performances and whatnot. But unfortunately, I think he's being written a little bit poorly. Like, he can read minds. Yeah. And he had no idea there was a switcheroonie being played. He had no idea the twins had been, like, they'd swapped places. But yeah, he can read minds and shit. It had to be the little Basil guy that stopped her. She can use the Force and whatnot. But the little droid thing squirted stuff at her, and the Basil guy hit her knee a bit, and that stopped her. You're thinking, hang on a second, just Force push him back, and she master resetted it as well, like it was an old phone that you're about to trade in. She master reset the droid, the little whatever he is. But Master Soul, obviously, he was good at Squid Games. I didn't adore Squid Games, but he was fun in that.
All right.
And then coming into this, he said his inspiration was Qui-Gon Jinn, which I do get vibes of. And he said it's been his dream, and that I'm happy that he's achieved his dream, and I would love to go on another adventure with purely Master Soul and see what he's been up to. But yeah, apart from him, this episode, like, I don't like the green alien lady, the master with the whip saber.
I didn't like that whip saber.
I don't. The whip saber's kind of cool in principle, but and it looks as if, right, I could be wrong. I won't be the only person that's put these two dots. I wonder if she was the one that originally trained the Sith guy, because to use a purple lightsaber like Mace Windu, you have to have dark side tendencies, because obviously blue and red make purple, and he's got whip lashes. So she could have easily just skin whipped him with a saber and what. That could be where we're going here. Again, I could be proven wrong. There's only 2 episodes left, isn't there?
Something like that.
Whatever it is. I could be proven wrong there.
Something like that.
But for her to be her, this massive we know what you're like in hyperspace. You get a dicky tummy. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. Jedi are supposed to be above the average person. They're not supposed to have, like, if me and you went to hyperspace, we got a dicky tummy, fair enough, but not Jedis and shit. You gotta Dickie to fuck off.
Yeah.
It's been written so poorly, and it's been.
I've not really been enjoying the season.
Nah, I loved the choreography from the fight and stuff last week. If we had that on its own, I would watch that as a 10-minute YouTube video. But the story and everything else, it's just been a bit lackluster and a bit and there's just more Jedi now getting involved who need to die before. We keep going back to the Council, not knowing the Jedi exist in Episode 1. But now more and more Jedi knowing the Sith exist, and there's more Jedi, and so they're going to have to die off, because how is this message not getting... And there's so many... We remember... You might not remember, because we know what your memory's like, Chris, but in Revenge of the Sith, when the Jedi start to fall, Yoda does that, and he's like, oh, there's a disturbance. He notices all these Jedi getting picked off. He would be back at the Jedi Council, noticing, because we're up to, 10 Jedi have died. He would feel this in the Force, that something's come in and disturbed it. But yeah, we're now just expected to believe that Yoda's just a little dickhead, not asked. They're just destroying loads of shit. One or two are cool elements. Give me Master Soul any day of the week. I'm really enjoying him. Write him a bit better though, please. The performance has been phenomenal. Why is she now suddenly turned on with the helmet and oh, I'm going to fuck you now, even though I was like, what the fuck? What's going on here? No idea. But yeah,
it's all fucking weird, and I'm not like it.
No,
Not enjoying it, to be fair.
I was dead excited for it. Even after the first few episodes, I was like, I'm still down for this. We could still go somewhere. Depends how it ends. I'm not going to say it's the worst thing I've ever seen, but at the minute, it's very, meh.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from one or two, like the Master Soul, one or two things, it's very, meh.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Right, you up to it with the boys?
Yes.
What do you think of this episode then, sir?
I didn't mind this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind this episode. I thought it was quite funny with Huey getting tortured and shit. I was like,
Web Weaver.
yeah.
Poor MM getting a bit of arse web in his face. He's always getting jizz or cock or somewhere near him, the poor bastard.
I know.
He's always getting splattered in something.
But yeah, good episode.
I absolutely adored this episode once again. Seeing the whole Web Weaver thing, like the whole sexual kink thing about get your ass out, sit the cake, and have fart on it, and that. And you're thinking, even when they're trying to torture Tech Knight and they're stabbing him, it's like, oh yeah, and you're like, this is just the boy. This really is the fucking boys, isn't it? And then I think it was kind of obvious, but it was still good the way they'd done it. The reveal of Jeffrey Dean Morgan being in his head,
yeah,
like the way that he's talking, will you shut up? And you're like, the way they revealed it was fucking beautiful. Absolutely loved that.
That was good.
Because even Butcher's like, hey, mate, what's going on here, mate? And then find out that the boyo can't really make the shit he needs to make to kill off Soups and stuff. Once again, Homelander just being an absolute fucking dream. That titty milk, with his face of just like him thinking, what the fuck? But I love this. This is kinky as shit. I love me some breast milk, fucking milk titty shit. And it's, oh my fucking god, I was in hysterics. I was laughing. I was also scared at the same time though, because it's that face once again. You're thinking you're gonna love this, but I can see you having like a power danger laser beam wank to this. But no, he lets it in. Just good. This powerful Superman being just wanting to be like, good boy, good sucker. Just the fucked up shit that goes on up here. I adore him so much. Poor Huey once again being not only losing his dad and shit, now he's been violated in this, and he's all like, he can't catch a fucking break.
No, he can't, bless him.
A-Train, I don't want it to happen because I'm starting to fall in love with him a little bit. He's 100% going to die.
Yeah.
He's been getting a lot more screen time. He's been slowly changing his arc to becoming an actual, like we saw him when he saved the MM and put him on the thing and the kids there, and he's like, I felt, you could tell he felt good because he was doing the right thing there.
Yes.
I don't want him to die, but he's going to get caught out eventually.
I think he will.
Sister Sage leaving Homelander in the dark because she's just sat there like, because she's been shot in the head, and he's like, fuck, he's got to do it on his own. But then the loss of power again, you can see it just stirring up in him, and it's like, oh, I would love to have a minute in Homelander's brain just to be like how he's computing shit. He's so fucked and scary. It's still absolutely killing it for me. It's going down as my favourite show currently of all time. I fucking adore
There's only
it.
2 episodes left.
Yeah, and then one more season.
One more season.
Which is I'm absolutely fine for. Like I said, another show which we all adore, Walking Dead, but I feel like that should have stayed not as long. So I'm more than happy for the boys to finish off where it's going to finish off.
Happy days.
I don't think we've anything else major of note that happened in the episode, was there?
Not as far as I'm aware.
No, can't you remember? Are you up to date with any films?
I am. I watched 2.
Okay.
That one with the World War guys.
With the World War guys?
Yes.
With the World War guys? You mean Sam thinking that? What,
No.
I'm thinking of World
Fleming.
War
Ian Fleming.
the thingy of a gentleman warfare.
Yes.
The Ministry of a Gentleman Warfare. The Ministry. The Academy. A Gentleman Warfare.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed that.
I fucking love.
I enjoyed that.
Absolutely love fucking Fad Castle. I gotta stop calling him Fad, but to me he'll always be Fad. His accent in this and whatnot, so good. And Henry Cavill in it is just what a good film.
It was a good film. Really enjoyed that.
It came out ages ago, but yeah, it's not officially out on Amazon until like the 25th.
Is it?
Yeah, which is nuts.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's like fucking. I watched that quite early, but yeah, give us your thoughts on that.
Like I said, I enjoyed it just from start. I thought it was funny. I just thought it was actiony. It just.
The fact that it's a true story.
In fact, it's a true story, and I got to read what happened with them all and shit after. It's
the bit, again, not being a James Bond fan, but I love the fact that we saw the inspiration of James Bond. Ian Fleming based James Bond on Henry Cavill's character, and it's like, which is quite cool because the real life Sir Christopher Lee, Saruman the White, he would have been in these operations with him because Ian Fleming and Saruman, Christopher Lee, did shit together. So at some point there, I don't know if there was a character in this that was supposed to be Christopher Lee, or if they just didn't. I don't think there was. But just to see the inspiration of James Bond, that's who James Bond was inspired off, was just fucking amazing,
fucking brilliant.
Yeah, so good,
so good.
So and even like the manipulation of the Germans and whatnot in this, and like how and it was quite tense the bit where they're trying to get out. And I fucking love Fad Castles the way he was in that, like. How brutal and scary with his bow and arrow and shit and smashing people.
Stabbing everyone.
Yeah, like the bit where they're looking through the little hallway in the boat, the little glass bit, and he's just stood there because he's got an axe at that point, hasn't he? And he's just going nuts. Oh, he's so fucking good. It was an awesome film.
It was a brilliant film. And
the men looked very sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Come on, mate. You didn't see them on that first when they're like, we're a fishing boat from wherever it was, Sweet or whatever. And I was like, I wouldn't mind being on that fishing boat. Come on, you didn't see Fad or Henry Cavill there and be like, there, a couple of good-looking lads there.
I'd say the good-looking lads.
Yeah, definitely. What was the second film then?
I can't remember.
Was it horror? Comedy?
I honestly can't remember where I fucking watched. I watched 2 films.
Was it one that we spoke about you should watch soon, or was this an old one you revisited?
I think it was an old one.
I think. Did we bring up rewatching it?
I don't know.
Oh God, Chris. Oh God. Maybe it will come back to you. I want to know that out of intrigue. Yeah, I can't help you this one, mate.
I can't help myself.
Well, hopefully you remember it then. I still recommend you should watch that In a Violent Nature. A lot of walk. It's an interesting premise. I don't want to spoil too. I spoke about it last week that I watched it. There's some very, very extreme kills. I watched somebody's head get put through their own body, and it's like, okay. I would recommend watching it, but there is a lot of...
Yeah.
But it's nice to see, like, a Jason-esque film, but we're following him, you know? Like, usually they just turn up at the door, and you're like, oh, fuck, Jason's here.
Yeah.
It's nice to see how they get to these moments and how shit happens and whatnot. I definitely would... You sit there, it's like an hour and 50, an hour and 20 or some shit, and you just go, that's brutal. It's a fine, fun watch. I don't know if there's anything else. I've just finished a Vice documentary all about the Hells Angels. I thought I'll see this because we just watched the bike riders recently. That was up online. Have I done anything else? No, I don't think I have. I think I'm all schmuck to date.
Schmuck to date.
Yeah, unless you can remember.
Nah.
Right, so we'll crack on with bring the newsy bits. What have I got? The early reviews for Long Legs, which is me and you next week. Oh, and if it's all right with you, Little Richie Rich wants to tag along, which I said it's fine, but me and Chris will be doing pods and grabbing meal and that. You can just meet us at the cinema because he's a big horror nut. And we've both got... I was at work the other day and the boys left before me and I thought, I'll chill around for another half an hour, rewatch a trailer, and I thought, locking up, see you later. It freaked me out because we got another new trailer for it and it crippled me. But the early reviews are in, and apparently there was one review that said throughout the whole film they felt like there was an ominous presence over them and shit. And I'm expected to leave Long Legs and come home and have nightmares. I want to see. They said Nicolas Cage is fucking disgusting in it, as in like not bad acting, but like disgusting, as in, like twisted and fucked up. So I have got so much, and it's quite good because it's this. Then it's a couple of weeks break. Then it's not break because I know Twisters is out. Then it's Deadpool Wolverine. But this, I'm so hyped for this. I'm so happy. I've got an amazing film to look forward to before Deadpool and Wolverine and shit.
Yes.
But that should be next week's viewing.
It should be good.
What else have we got? Trailer-wise, we had some, not trailer, we had some still images of Gladiator with Pedro Pascal and that.
We did.
Laura sent me a video saying they wouldn't mind getting what's the word? A UTI, and a uterus transcendent infection, a uterus transmitted infection, because basically there's a picture of him. Did you see the pictures?
No.
Well, he's looking all Pedro-y, all dirty from battle and shit, and basically you get them from having like intercourse when people haven't washed and stuff.
Okay.
And there's loads of girls in the comments saying, yeah, I'd get a UTI off him right now and all this kind of shit. So there's a new wave of Pedro Pascal girlies going nuts over
Fair
it.
enough.
And I was one of these guys. I can't get one of these infections, but it looks phenomenal, and it looks beautiful. So we see a lot of the other cast as well. I'm just going straight to him because I love him.
Yeah.
We had Can I tell you about the 40 minutes of Deadpool Wolverine that was showed in China?
No.
No. Okay. Right. Well, I won't tell you what happens then. But
I know that
Reynolds,
they had bubbles and water fight them from water.
yeah, did you see them two are having the best time ever, just being best friends? Well, 40 minutes of the film was shown over in China, and people have come out. There's some massive surprise. Everything we've got so far from the trailers has been in this first 40 minutes. So fuck knows what's going to be in the rest of the film surprise wise. But they announced 4 things that got my fucking whistle completely wet. That's happening in the first 40 minutes. I cannot wait. They confirmed some stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
But again, I won't spoil them for Chris who doesn't want to be spoiled.
Yeah.
But so far so good. It just builds up and it amplifies my want for this film so much fucking more. What else did we? I'm sure there was another trailer we got. We got a trailer for a new AI film. It's like an AI security system in a house that kind of goes Pete-tong. There's not much more to say about it. It's the Asian lad from American Pie, Milf. He's a Harold Kumar. He's done him. He's in it. He did the was it Searching where his daughter goes Search. Sorry. I mean it looks fine. AI house security takes over. Okay. I mean, it'll be fine, I guess. We'll see it when we see it.
It'll be fine.
Did I see any more trailers? I feel like there was another one. I don't know if I'm just not remembering right. It might pop it back into my head. What have you got for us anyway, Chris? Unless you remembered your film?
No.
No.
I don't remember what it was. Still me in.
I'm sure it'll pop up. As long as it'll pop up when we've finished recording, you go, cars!
Well, starting off what I know that off the top of my head, because I forgot to screenshot it, because I found it this morning, is Arkham Asylum.
The TV series
we're getting.
Based in the Batman world,
yes,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it's been cancelled.
It's been cancelled?
Yes.
Jeez, is there a reason?
Doesn't say. Doesn't say why it's been cancelled, but it's been cancelled.
Well, that's shit. I want a fucking Arkham Asylum series.
Yeah, I do myself.
What the fuck is that about then?
I do myself, so I've no idea what the fuck's going to happen now. Where we're going to go from there.
Well, hopefully it's just been cancelled and they're going to pick it up and start it again. So, I don't know. If it's been cancelled, then you can't imagine it's on the burner for a while. Then it must be. Oh, I don't know. That's annoying.
That is annoying. I'm sticking to Batman Penguin. That comes out on the 25th. Is it?
It's very soon. You did watch the trailer? Did you?
No.
No. Yeah, I think you're right though. I think it's
on then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. I can't remember if I spoke about this one either.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Stephen King, The Institute.
Yeah, we spoke about this.
We got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a TV series. I might read the book before it comes out.
Oh, nice bit of audio for Chris.
Yes.
Well, you'll need to stock up with your wham.
I know. Will do. Dune 3 has been announced. It's happening and it's got a release date of the December 2026.
Well, that's okay because I was asking you constantly. Is there another? Because originally there was only 2, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So I was constantly going to you because you're my Dune guy. I was like, is there more to come then? Is there another one? And I think you were unsure.
There's more to come.
So I'm assuming then this is Paul Atreides, because the houses were floating over Arrakis, weren't they? They were the ships. So I'm assuming this is him going to war against them.
I'm guessing it will be. Yeah.
Paul Atreides.
Paul.
We're from Arrakis. What's your name? Paul. Got to stop, mate. What's your milk? Paul Atreides.
Yeah.
The book was fantastic. To be fair, though, I read that a couple of months back now.
Going back to the Acolytes, they've announced that they've got season 2, 3, and 4 sorted.
Oh shit!
So if they get the go ahead to fucking film all what I don't know.
I've got no issue with them going forward if they want to take this. Jedi was sneaking off to fight a Sith, but just can you write it a bit better without shitting on the lore that come before it? I've got it. If they wanted to do 10 series, crack on, but just do it properly.
Yeah.
Don't do it like this bullshit. But if you'd assume it's carrying on with the same people then, because if the Disney are like, hey, you did season 1, can you do some more seasons for us? You'd imagine it's the same people.
Well, you'd like to think so.
Unless Disney said, we think you've done a shit job, we're going to continue, but other people are going to take over. Maybe. Just give us the Mandalorian film in the cinema. I can't wait till me and you go see that.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Blade Runner 2099 we announced a couple of weeks back with Hunter Scatsver, or what do we call her?
Yeah.
That is getting a TV series on Prime.
So it's not a film.
No, it's not a film. It's a series.
Oh, right,
it's going to run parallel with Ryan Reynolds' version.
Ryan
Gosling, yeah.
Two beautiful Ryans, mate.
There you go.
All right, okay.
So it's going to be in that realm.
So you could watch either of these and jump back into the other.
Yeah.
If you want to do it,
okay. Yeah. Stranger Things season 5. I wish this fucking. I want to do the fucking hurry up now.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a good while.
But the reason why it's taken so long is because each episode is roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours long.
Really?
And there's 8 episodes.
Oh, so we basically get like a mini film to a film every episode. Well, I don't hate that. I mean, a lot of people won't be able to binge watch that straight away unless you clear your weekend or some shit. But
yeah, they are supposed to be long episodes.
They're not going to do we're going to split it 2 halves, but really it's not 2 halves. You're going to come back with a long episode and that's it.
Oh, fuck about it, no.
Because
when they did that last time.
They got we got like 6 or 7 episodes, and we come back with an episode and then like a filmish episode, which I was like, I'd rather you just cut it in half.
Yeah.
Because it felt like half and half to me is you get 6 and then there's 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever number you're doing.
Yes. Fuck knows.
I'm ready for it though. I'm ready to go back into Hawkins.
Yeah, it needs to hurry up though. We spoke about Green Lantern last week.
TV series.
Yep. I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Oh, okay.
Because it looks like that Jensen Ackles is gonna play Green Lantern.
Oh, so I wonder if they're gonna be doing Hal Jordan then. All right, okay. I'm picturing his face as short Soldier Boy, but usually supernaturally he had shorter hair. Is that right?
Yeah.
I go for it. Obviously, Jon Stewart. It's not going to be getting him because Jon Stewart's black in the comics. So they must be going with Hal, even though there's what's the other Lantern's name? I can't fucking remember. Hey, I'll take that. Well, you're not going to watch it anyway.
Well, it's a Green Lantern, isn't it?
No, I know. Green Lantern's cool though. I had that just reminded me of a weird ass dream. I won 2 Green Lantern action figures, and I'll give you the second one. What the fuck? Oh my god!
You and your weird dreams.
That's just give me like, what the fuck? Laura was there, and I tried to give her one of them. She's like, I don't want that. It's just shit superheroes. I went, Chris will have the second one, and that's all I remember.
But she was all right taking me with Chain.
Oh yeah, you know. Your best friend Laura. Oh mate, she gonna stab me.
Probably. So yeah, just like that, he's gonna be playing the Green Lantern.
All right.
Drag Me to Hell 2 is in development.
I didn't mind the first. I didn't like the ending because she got dragged to hell under the train
She
track.
did get dragged onto the train track.
Yeah, which was a little bit. The ending was a bit, but I didn't mind the film.
Well, we're getting a second one. Avatar 3 will be out in cinemas December 2025.
Okay, so end of next year.
Yes.
Alright. Well, we're not supposed to get one like at the end of every December.
We're supposed to get one every December, yeah.
It's James Cameron's theme for the Avatars, isn't it? Just keep them waiting.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't mind, because I remember us saying this is going to be our little Christmassy tradition thing. We just have an Avatar before Crimboy.
Yes. As you announced, Gladiator 2 will be released on the 22nd of November.
I will bring my wank sock and some wet wipes.
It's also getting the same release date as Wicked.
Oh, okay.
Which film?
Yeah, the one that's based in
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, she eventually becomes not Ariana Grande, the Green Lady, becomes the Wicked Witch of whichever direction it is.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to be hard chose which one we're choosing, mate.
No, I don't think we will.
Wicked or Gladiator?
I'm gonna have to watch the first one though.
Have you not seen it?
I don't know.
What Grace?
I don't know.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's so fucking good. Ridley Scott. I am. What's his? How do you say it? Gladiator Maximus. I shit myself. So fucking good.
I don't know. I'll have to give it a watch.
What the fuck is happening here?
What are you doing,
Wait.
you skinny twat?
Wait, just causing absolute havoc. Look, the dog's going for the hat.
What?
Hat.
What hat?
Hat.
Hat on the fucking
What
floor.
hat?
You moron.
It's just you just pick it up. That's all you do.
You just skinny git.
Robo.
I'm fucking skinny, you are.
Oh, I love our interruptions, mate. Love them so much.
Did you ever play Watch Dogs?
I didn't play it, but I know what it is.
Yeah, and we're getting a live action movie.
I remember speaking to you about this ages ago, saying it would be cool to see this as a film because obviously it's all about you're in a car chase. Well, okay, stop that traffic lights. They cause a crash. I've never played the game, but the premise did seem fun.
Yeah, we've got the go ahead now, so a movie is officially in the works.
Lovely, fucking jubbly.
Lovely.
Oh, I remember the other trailer I watched. Sorry to interrupt. I think it's called Jackpot. John Cena's new film.
Okay.
It's set in 2030. It's a comedy, and you know the what's her name? You know the girlie from Shang-Chi. She's friends with Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
She wins the lottery, but in this, you have the right to kill her, and by midnight, and if you kill her, you get her lottery winnings. But like, there's Shang-Chi's actually in it. MGK's in it and whatnot. There's like agencies set up where they can protect you for the night, and you'll pay them once you get your money and all this kind of stuff. But John Cena seems to be sent there to protect her. And it does look like kind of funny where this is fun and dopey, and there's a moment where he's fighting, he just straps her to his back and he's doing this crazy shit and whatnot. John Cena looks peak in it, she looks fucking awesome in it. It's coming to Amazon in like 4 weeks or some shit.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend you just watch the trailer, but it looks like a nice fun little slapstick comedy.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I think it's called Jackpot. It's something to do with winning. I think it's like Jackpot or Prize or some shit like that.
Aye, I'll give it again. Marvel's Agatha.
Yes,
Agatha.
I think I know what you're going to say.
It's going to be a horror series.
Yes, that's what I read.
Yes.
Which is cool because if she's dealing with the weird, witchy, magical side of Marvel, we know it can go to some dark, horrible, scary places. So, not a problem with that.
There's no problem with that.
Oh, that looks like your last one, is it?
That was my last one.
Okay, I have just remembered another trailer. The new Hellboy trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I've seen snippets.
Yeah, called The Crooked Man, and this is definitely took Hellboy down a horror. If you do watch the trailer, it's very horror-y. There's moments and possession moments and shit, which I'm all down for. The Ron Perlman, what's his name, isn't it? Clay from Southern Anarchy. It's Ron Perlman, isn't it?
I think so.
Why am I doubting myself? I'm sure it's Ron Perlman. He was my favourite version of Hellboy. Then we had Sheriff Hopper, David Harbour, who looked great, but the film wasn't outstanding. And I can't remember the lad who's playing this new one. He looks decent enough. I think Ron Perlman, the way they made him look, I don't know if it's because, no offence, Ron, you're an ugly man.
He's got the jaw.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because, but to see Hellboy in this new horror environment, and the Crooked Man it's called and stuff, I'm so down for it. I think it should be decent. Like I said, I know you don't love trailers, but I'd recommend just to sort of tease you to give you we'll give that a watch.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I'll have a look. See what the fuck is.
But I think, do you remember your film?
Nah. I can't remember what I fucking watched.
Well, at least you remembered Henry Cavill. It's because the sexy men were on your mind. That's what it is, Chris.
I can't even remember what it was about. I honestly can't remember. I remember watching 2 films. That's it.
Was this at the start of the week?
I think it was on Sunday.
Oh, so it's been 6 days.
Yeah.
Oh, well, for your memory, mate, that's we'll give you. It's always fair. We'll give you 3-ish days. Chris can remember fine. Anything past that, we'll allow.
Yeah.
We'll allow off.
Yeah.
It's fine. Hopefully you'll remember next week. Like I said, I have fears now that we're going to press stop and you're going to go, oh!
I can't fucking remember.
You'll have people on the edge of the seats. What fucking film is it? They'll be shouting shit. I keep going to cars and I don't know why. No.
No, I honestly can't remember what I fucking watched.
Yeah, well, what am I going with? Money in the Bank tonight for me, sir. What was the... Laura just gave me... What the fuck's it called? I just done a series that Laura gave me and it was fucking hilarious. You know, what's his name? From About a Boy, who plays the Beast in the X-Men. Well, not constantly plays the Beast. He's in it. He's like a Russian emperor or whatever and he gets arranged marriage. But it's a comedy. And the shit he gets up to and that, like at one point, he's got his mum, who's dead, but he's got her in a glass case, so she's like all skeletonized or whatever. And this lad brings her in and just starts shagging her and shit. And it's like, and he's got this right hand man that he just keeps going, oh, you fat fuck, get here, you fat fuck. And you're like, the fuck's going on? Oh, what the fuck was that called? I just watched it. It was funny as fuck. I'm glad she recommended it to us. I know it's not really entertainment. Lego, there's a new Jaws set coming out on the 1st of August. Looks fucking outstanding, so there we go. Oh, you trying to look for it?
I am. I'm trying to fucking look. I still need to watch Beverly Hills.
Oh, I watched that. It was okay. We won't get into it now, but it was fine.
I'm trying to fucking remember what I watched. Honestly, can't remember. The Watchers. I need to watch that.
Yeah, I need your thoughts on the Watchers. Oh, I redid just because you mentioned. I redid Furiosa this week as well.
Yeah,
still loved it.
I want to redo the Mad Max shit. To be fair,
the whole lot or just Tom Hardy
just Tom Hardy, just the ones I reckon. So there's no really reason to get into the older ones.
No, I mean
Under Paris, that was it.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it.
Yay! Go on, then give us your thoughts.
I actually didn't mind it.
Mate, snap.
The ending was a bit shit. I was like, they survived?
It wasn't. Because obviously they didn't mean to flood Paris, but like they let Paris become under the whatever.
Yeah.
And the sharks kind of win because you see them floating and you see fins in it. You're like, oh, this is a shark film where the sharks won. And Kevin Smith brought it up on his podcast because he really loved it. He was like, we should have an under for every major city. And I was like, I'm pure down for this. And then Mark Bernard was like, yeah, we should have a landlocked sort of city or whatever where there's no water, but there's still a shark. And you should do that. I was like, I'll watch the shit out of that. But no, like the catacomb moment, like, it was when I first watched it, because I watched it twice. Once on my own, once with Laura. The first watched it because I wasn't paying 2 minds. I thought, I'm playing on the Switch. I'll just spot you. I'm playing on the Switch. When shark shit happens, I'll get up and look, and then I'll just listen to people speaking French because I didn't want to listen to it in English because it kind of takes it away. If it's in French, you should listen to it in French. And then when I watched it again, probably the second time, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. But like even the moments, because obviously you've been to Paris, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, you Paris people, but it is a bit dirty and dingy, and the water is how you imagine it, muggy and horrible. Yeah. And when she's looking at the car with the thing in, you can sort of feel the presence. I'm like, fuck away from me. It was horrible, and leaving is twitchy and whatnot. And the French cop, hello, ooh la la. I didn't mind him either. But yeah, it was. And it was quite nice that it was a mako instead of just the generic great white. It was quite nice that it was a different shark for a change. It's always the great white that's getting the bad rep. Yes. But no, you had fun with it.
I enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. I hope there's going to be a next one.
Yeah, because now it's probably going to be under France. If Paris is just, I don't know, France is just going to get overtook.
Well, I think they'll stick to Under Paris, but obviously they'll have to try and get a way to get rid of them.
You'd imagine the water would eventually. I'm assuming it's
I'm guessing it will subside eventually.
Yeah, like when Carlo gets flooded, and eventually that's. I think.
I'm guessing it should subside.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Well, you'd think so.
It probably give me a hankering to watch 47 Meters Down, but the second one, there's something about that second one that just fucking makes me want to spew. Because the sharks are blind.
Have I seen the second one? I didn't realise there was a second one.
Yeah, it's 47 Meters Down, something word.
I didn't realise there was a second
They're
one.
going to explore like this closed off archaeological thing where some people I can't remember what the fuck it is, but the sharks in it are blind, and there's a moment where they're like literally next to safety, and the sharks come up with them.
Uncaged.
That's it, Uncaged.
Is that the second one?
Because it's 47 Meters Down where they're I can't remember what country they're in. It's all right, mate. You did a good job earlier. Well done.
I'm all right.
It's a bit too late to be concerned, to be fair.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Well, it's very good. Like I said, the sharks are blind. They're very pale and whatnot. There's a lot of thingy moments. Just the moment where they're close to safety. But as per usual, you get a dickhead being a dickhead.
Yeah.
And the sharks are around, but because they're blind, everyone's like just sort of trying to stay still. And I'm like, just get out. It's fucking horrible and disgusting and not very nice whatsoever.
Give it a watch then.
But as a shark film, it's very fun. I'm glad that you liked Under Paris though. It's to be fair, it's been getting a fair bit of praise. A lot of people, because it's quite easy now to make a shark film.
Yeah.
And then they usually turn out to be quite like Blake's film, The Reef.
Yeah.
That was fun, but then we just had that. There's Something in the Water, which was just horrendous. And then you go on to this, and you think, how good is this going to be? What you got? Oh, that was quite fun. Different instead of being out at sea, just like, oh, I want a boat. Oh no, a shark. Well, what do you think was going to happen? But the fact that there should be no sharks, and we're in Paris, and there's category shit, and you're like, okay, this is a nice recipe for disaster.
It is indeed.
No, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You remembered.
I remember eventually.
So there you go. Chris got 2 films in this week. Like I said, I recommend that In a Violent Nature. Nice, easy to watch. You can turn your brain off. It's quite disgusting when you see the guy's face. Just for the kills. Just purely watch the kills, Christ.
Yeah.
If you want, you can't really get that's like to take his feet out and whatnot.
Right.
Optimus does have. Didn't even acknowledge I said his name. He does have like an engine bit, which is quite cool. But with Optimus, you get to make the bit that a truck trailer would get attached to.
Yeah.
Which is cool as fuck. I don't know if what about Transformers Lego here? I'm expecting like a Megatron or somebody to appear eventually down the line. It's been about a year, maybe even longer than a year since they had Optimus and then Bumblebee. And as well, when he's transformed, you take these 2 bits off. But I'm letting my boy represent.
Yeah.
Representing. There we go. No visuals. That is the Kit Entertainment news.
It is.
And we got some stuff ticked off very, very soon. We won't be back next week with a long legs review, but we will be. We'll have to see the long legs. We'll be talking about it the week after. And, Deadpool, Wolverine very, very soon. So unbelievably hyped. TV shows are smashing it for me at the minute, apart from Acolytes. But yeah, visuals. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the news, Chris.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
As per usual, sir. Thank you for part of the furniture now. Remember, schools being here. Keep on gaming along.
And as always, people, enjoy the sun.
It's kind of... to be fair, look at that sweat.
You know, sweating.
And the sun's kind of gone away.
Love you, bye.
I'm always sweating.